Hey guys, what's up? What's going on? This is Casey here, and I want to share a little testimonial with you guys about a prophetic word that I got about my daughter. So let me just tell you what happened. So this was a very long time ago because now she's an adult. At the time, she was about 6 or 7 years old. The school she was going to, she was about in the first or second grade. So that's why I'm saying about 6 or 7. And just a little bitty thing. And I remember she went to school. This was at a time where I was a young adult. I was about maybe 22, 23ish. And at this point, I had gone back to God because, guys, I have been saved since I was 7 or 8 years old. I remember being baptized and everything, but you may get saved and believe in God, but it don't mean that you actually walk in His Word. It don't mean that you real about it. I mean, so sometimes you'll hear me say this is when I was in a backslidden state, or you'll hear me say, I was wicked, or you'll hear I was really trying to do the right thing. So in this particular time of my life, I was really trying to do the right thing by God. I had come back to God from a backslidden state, and I was trying to do the right thing, trying to live right and everything. Okay. So one day I was in praise and worship. Oh my God, this is such a beautiful story, guys. One day I was in praise and worship. I had my music blasting, and I know my neighbors was like, this girl is all sold out for God because she was so evil. She was so demonic. She was wicked. She was, honey, I mean, that Jezebel spirit was running loose. I was very angry, evil. I was evil. So anyways, so I was playing my music, guys, and I was just praising and worshiping. And I just, at the time, I remember I was listening to CeCe Winans, The Throne Room, baby. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all get that CeCe Winans, The Throne Room. You will go to the throne of God. Oh, yes, you will. If you get in the spirit, it's called The Throne Room. You can get it free on YouTube, or you can order it. But CeCe Winans, CeCe Winans, Winans. Get her stuff. If I find a link or something, I'll put it down below. But it's on YouTube for free. Now, I was listening to Throne Room, and guys, I had the music blasting. So my daughter's at school. I'm at home. I'm praising and worshiping. So I started praising and worshiping as soon as she went to school. And I want to say about 4 or 5 hours into my praise and worship, all of a sudden, it was like I was in another dimension. All of a sudden, the music was blasting. You can't turn it up any louder. And that's when we had stereos. Y'all remember we had the big speakers? Y'all remember. People don't have radio stereos no more, but remember we had the big speakers, and you had the radio console and AM, FM, and yeah, that. So it's blasting the house, the windows just booming out my throne room, right? So I'm about 4 or 5 hours into my praise and worship with God. And guys, all of a sudden the room disappeared. That's why in the Bible, when they say if I was in the spirit or out of the spirit, I don't know. I get exactly what they're talking about. When you have these experiences, you be like, I don't really know how to explain it, but I'm gonna try to explain it. So anyways, to make a long story short, the room kind of disappeared. The music cut off. Now, in real life, the music was still playing, but in my perception, in my head, the music was off. The room was gone, and I heard a voice. Guys, this voice was so. This is the voice. When I hear this particular voice, I know it's God. Now, y'all might hear me say, I believe that, I feel like God told me, because sometimes it's not as strong. But this was very strong, and can't nobody tell me that this was not the word of the Lord. An angel was with me. So this what happened. It's all quiet and everything, and the music seems to go away. I'm in this dimension, I don't know, and I hear a voice. Accompanied with the voice was a feeling of love that was so, I can't describe it. I can't describe it. I think they don't even give us the word to describe it because they don't want us to describe it in the English language. But y'all, it was a very heartwarming feeling. But that's very general. It was way deeper than that. And so along came this feeling, and I knew something was in that room with me. And then the voice said to me, your daughter, I'm not going to say her name, but it said her name. Your daughter is going to get in a car accident today. But don't worry. She's going to be all right. And then it went away. The music came back rushing at me like a tsunami wave, y'all. All of a sudden, I hear this loud music, bow, blasting, right? It's TC Winans. And so I'm like, what just happened? And so I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, what just happened? Because I just heard this very strong voice. The music was totally gone, but I hear it blasting. It ain't paused. What's going on? And so, guys, 2-3 hours later, phone rings. I pick up the phone. Hello, this is such and such principal at such and such school. May I speak to the parent of such and such? This is her. Well, I'm sorry to inform you that your daughter was accidentally hit by a car by one of our high school students today. So this is what happened. She actually went to an elementary school, and where her bus lets her off at, she has to walk by this high school. Okay, so the principal told me that while she was walking by the high school, that one of the students that was getting out of school had hit her by the car. So I said, okay, I'll be there. I'll be right there, which was about 7 minutes away from me. And so I immediately, because back then I was a panicker. I panic about everything. If my kid ain't home on time, like I'm picking up phones, I'm calling schools, I'm calling buses. Like I'm one of them worry wart type of parents. Like they were like, that's her again. Yep. She had the doctor again. Yep. I know she a worry wart. So that's how I was. But with this situation, because of what the message that the angel sent me, I wasn't worried. I was like, okay, this voice, it hit me. It said, oh my God, in praise and worship, the voice told me she was going to get hit by a car, but she was going to be all right. Don't worry. So I said, she must be all right. So, but I immediately got to the school. When I got there, it was a black principal, male principal, and he was explaining, what's going on. And we're outside, we're by the car, police, waiting for the police, all of this stuff. And the girl, she was out crying. It was a white girl. And she was crying and she was saying, I can't believe I hit her. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And I saw my daughter and she appeared to be okay. And of course I went and I examined her. I hugged her and went to check out, see if she all right and what's wrong. And she was like, oh, I got a little boo-boo right here, just a little scratch. And it was right by her little elbow. And so she appeared to be okay. And so I was like, thank God. And the girl was just going crazy. The teenage girl that had hit her, she was just like, I can't believe it. She was totally bawling. So I went to her and I held her as well. And I hugged her and I told her everything was going to be all right. I said, you see, she's all right. I said, it's okay. It's okay. It was just an accident. And people looked at me funny. People looked at me real strange because this black woman, y'all know how we the angry black woman, right? This black woman whose child was hit, and I'm going to tell y'all, they described the impact to me. An angel definitely protected my baby. Y'all, that's why you got to pray. And that's why you got to teach your kids how to pray so they can be protected at all times. But listen, so I'm telling her everything's going to be all right. You see, she's all right. Everything's okay. Don't worry about it, blah, blah, blah. And, I try to console her. And, people looking at us funny, looking at us real funny. At the end of the day, they told me the girl hit her. So now these are outside witnesses. And I guess they was like, you need to be mad. So it was like the girl hit her so hard, she flew up in the air a little higher than the stop sign. And they showed me the stop sign. They say she flew up higher than the stop sign and she fell, And I said, oh my God, it was a hard, impact or whatever. And so I was like, oh my God, are you serious? But I got multiple witnesses. This is what they're saying. So I'm taking a word. And my daughter, basically, she's telling me from her perspective, which basically was the same thing, but a little different because she's the person that's getting hit. So I'm like, oh my God, the angels really are encamped around and about us. And the way they told the story, she should have been very hurt. She should have been very hurt. So I immediately, because the hospital was maybe about 5 minutes away, so I took her to the hospital just in case, because you never know. Things could happen on the inside. You might look fine on the outside, but I took her to the hospital and they did all these tests. They did brain test scans and everything, see if she was bleeding anywhere on the inside. See, she seemed to appear to be fine. They said if she, give her just a Tylenol, if she have a headache or whatever, fever, and be done. And she's fine. So I was like, that turned out awesome. And so guys, I just want to share with you that angels really, really do. They really, really do. There's so many lessons to learn from this. Number one, angels really, really do protect us. Angels really, really are by us. Number two, we really need to stay in prayer. We are protected. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. Truly, he that is in us is greater than he that is in the world. He can think he's come to steal and to kill and to destroy, but you're not going to do that to God's. You're not going to do that to the children of light. I declare that in the name of Jesus Christ. You hear me? So we need to stay in prayer. Another lesson that can be learned from this, praise and worship. Man, I'm going to tell y'all, God will talk to you hardcore in praise and worship. And where he says, in the word of God, which is why saints should get together and do praise and worship. I've been thinking about going to church, y'all, just for praise and worship, kind of leaving for everything else, just because of it's good for us to get together. God says where two or more is gathered in my name, I'll be in the midst thereof. God says he's in the midst of our praise. He says he loves the fragrance of our praise. He loves the fragrance of our worship. And there he had sent that angel to me, guys. If it wasn't God himself, I'm sure it was a messenger. He sent that angel to me to comfort me because he knew I would freak out. He knew I was one of those type of parents. I was going to freak the flip out. But I didn't have to because I trusted in that word that the angel gave to me. And therefore, when I got that phone call 3 hours later, it was no shock. It was no surprise. And I was ready. And I said, the Lord said it was going to happen. It was prophesied to me. Let's go see what's what. What's the next thing from this? Because I exercised the fruit of the Spirit, which was patience and temperance, not being angry at the girl, loving on the girl as much as I loved on my daughter. This is supposed to be what somebody would have said was an enemy of mine. I prayed with the girl. We prayed together. You know what I'm saying? So that goes to show we different from the world. The world don't act like that. We act like that. We got superpowers. We are the true superheroes. People don't forgive like that. God say, forgive. I will repay. Vengeance is mine. America about to find that out soon. See, black people, Hebrew Israelites, y'all keep on. Oh, Breonna Taylor, oh, George Floyd, oh, slavery, oh, our ancestors, oh, Tamir Rice, oh, whoa, it ain't right. Let me tell y'all something right now. God said, and I know, forgive, and I know, and I get it. God don't say you got to be up in their face. God don't say, but God say, I will repay. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's nothing that we can do to these folks that hate us without a cause. See, they hate us without a cause, but see, the real cause is we are the chosen of God. Now, that's another lesson to get into because anybody that believes is chosen. But the thing is, he will repay. So why I'm going to be upset with this girl? Well, number one, I see this girl, she has remorse in her heart. she feels just as bad. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm hurt to my heart that my daughter done got hit by a freaking car. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I know what the angel told me. I know she all right. Everything's fine. Now, so God will repay. So if that girl meant to do that, guess what? God will repay that girl. But guess what? People that didn't believe, that saw the situation, the witnesses that was just there to tell what they saw to the police or whatever, somebody could have got saved because they saw me operating in the fruit of the Spirit. And that's why God wants us to operate in the fruit of the Spirit. Okay? It's not just because I want you, I want you to be like me. Yeah, I want you to be in my image. But I need you to show the world. Let your light so shine. Don't put your light under a bushel. What Jesus said He's going to do in that last day to the so-called believers that didn't shine their light. You not around here preaching the gospel. That's not for preachers. That's for every believer. It's every believer's job to preach the gospel. Don't leave that up to no preacher. Don't leave that up to no evangelist. Don't leave that up to the fivefold ministry. No prophets, no prophet. You preach the gospel. You shine your light. You show love. You be in forgiveness. You walk in love. You do it. You go out there and feed the homeless. You go and visit the prisoners. You go and help the sick. You go and pray over people in the hospital. You do it. Jesus said, all that believe in me, these are the signs that will follow them. They will cast demons out in my name. Right? They'll preach the gospel. Now he didn't say this was the people that got special gifts like preachers and teachers. He said these are the people that believe in me. These are the things that's going to follow them. They'll cast out demons. They'll heal the sick. They'll preach the word. Come on. This is our job. This is our job. Don't leave this up to T.D. Jakes and Joel Osteen or to your pastor that you know is a good pastor because you grew up in that church, the last 20 years or 10 years. Don't leave it up to them. Be a good and a faithful servant, like Jesus said. He said in that day, I want to say, be a good. You was a good and a faithful servant. You didn't hide your talents. You didn't hide your light. Everybody knew you was a Christian. And guess what? And I don't like the word Christian, but everybody knew that you was a follower of Jesus Christ. And it's not because you said, well, I go to church. I'm a Christian. Because you say, I believe. They know by your walk. They know by your talk. They know by your conversation. They know, do you talk in scriptures? Do you talk in verses like the words say? Greet each other with a holy kiss. Talk to each other in scriptures. Talk to each other in Psalms. This is what we're supposed to do as believers. And when the unbelievers see it and they see the fruit of our spirit, how we peaceful, like right now, everybody going crazy that know what's going on in the world. Everybody that know right now that, it's about to go down with Russia, China, America about to get cased up, the aliens about to come, the zombies, the pestilences, all these monkey things coming out. They freaking out. What to do? Why we not freaking out? Because God has given us what? He ain't gave us a spirit of fear. He gave us a spirit of what? Love, power, and a sound mind. We sleep good every night because we know if a bomb drop right now, we going to be at the throne of God. We're going to be at the throne of God and in the bosom of God. And that's what it is. And that's what we want everybody to get in on. Nothing surpasses that peace. Nothing surpasses that. It's better than any piece of money you could ever have. And trust me, I used to love money. But you don't have to love money. You can have it, but don't love it. Love peace. Love love. Love meekness. Love being humble. Love being kind. Love to be a good, faithful worker of God. A faithful servant of God. That's what you need to love. Now, I wasn't supposed to get all off into that because I just wanted to share with y'all my little testimonial. My big testimonial of the prophetic word that came to me during praise and worship and with my daughter finding out that she got hit by a car. Guys, it was wonderful. To get closer to God, I would say read the word. Stay in constant contact. Pray all day long. Pray all day long. Pray all day. And I don't mean you got to get on your knees. You got to do the little special. Hey, you walking in the grocery store, you at the mall shopping. I talk to God in my head all day long. We talk all day long. God, help me get a good parking space. The other day, what I said, God, I was just sitting here and I said, please, a thought came to me. I'm going to say the Spirit told me to do it. It said, Jesus wants you to ask him for everything. And this truck was in my way. And if he just moved out of my way, I could squeeze over to get to the other lane so I could hit that little turn light. And so I was like, oh, he got all that space. Why that car in front of him just won't move out the way? So I said, Jesus, since the voice came, I said, Jesus, I'm asking you right now, let that little car move in front of that truck so that truck can move up so that I can get by. Y'all, that little car didn't move, but let me tell you, as soon as I said the prayer, the truck moved up as close as it could to that car. It was just enough for me to get around and hit that light. And I said, ooh, Joyce Myers was right. I used to listen to Joyce back in the day. I said, ooh, Joyce Myers was right. She said, you can ask God to fix that little hair that just don't go right. Just while you're fixing your hair and you want your hair to do the right thing and flip it and it won't flip right. She used to always say she would ask God, just let me flip it right so it looked right. And then all of a sudden, she'd been fighting with it for 10 minutes. All of a sudden, that little piece of hair go right into place. And so I'm like, Jesus really do want us. He want us to ask everything. Who you going to date? Who you going to marry? Who's going to be your friend? What job should I do? Should I write books? What should I do? Am I a preacher? Am I a teacher? Am I a singer? Am I a helps person? Whatever it is, all the way down to what should I eat for dinner, Lord? What kind of clothing you want me to wear? What color lipstick? Any lipstick? Some of us, we on the level of lipstick. Some of us know a little bit better than that. No lipstick. But God will meet you where you are. Guys, I don't know. I'm going so far off the rip. Let me get off here because this video will be about an hour long anyways, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I hope you got something out of the video. And I hope that this helped further you wherever you are in your walk, because we all are on different levels. So I hope this helps you. I hope this gets you to draw nigh to God and he draw nigh to you. In Jesus' name. With that, I'm going to get out of here. Please like, share, subscribe if you're not a subscriber. And I'll talk to y'all in the next video. I'm out, guys. Peace.